This is take 3. Welcome back to another weekly episode, another weekly offering of the Interconnected-ness, a weekly oracle series. It's your girl, the Memory Astrologer. Welcome back. This message is for the week of September 12th through September 18th. First things first, happy birthday to all my aunts, my uncles, my friends, my cousins. Happy birthday to everybody. Shout out to the Virgos. Shout out to the Virgos. Shout out to the Virgos. All right, you all. Remember to thumbs up this message. Send and share this message. People who make you feel good. People who continue to allow you to grow and to blossom to the person you are destined to be. You feel me? Send it and share with those groups, organizations, and people, you feel me, who push you to be the best person that you're supposed to be. Allow you to continue growing and blossoming, you feel me? But also who you in return, allow them the opportunity to grow, to be the best of the best in the great Midwest, or who they're supposed to be. All right, y'all. All right, remember to subscribe. Turn on that ring so that you can hear when the messages are being dropped. All right, you all. Come on over to the playful platform of Patreon, on over to the Memory Astrologer side, because the full moon notes dropped, you feel me? We incorporate the new moon notes, you feel me? There's a whole bunch of things, freebies, all over on the Memory Astrologer side on the playful platform of Patreon, all right? The link is in the description box below. The Linktree link to access all the previous YouTube videos, to look at all the previous freebies, is in the description box below. But also, the Linktree link is in the description box below under Linktree. If you would like to send a love offering or buy things off the wish list, the link to the Linktree link is in the description box below. And if you would like to just go directly to the full moon notes, the link is in the description box below. All right, you all. All right, you all. All right, you all. Please remember to do your 3 deep cleansing breaths. 3 deep belly breaths. In from your nose. Hold for 2 seconds. And slowly exhale out your mouth, releasing from your belly. To be open, to be aware, and to be ready for this weekly message. All right, so the whole time I really could not pick between playing cards and oracle. So I'm gonna do one playing card, and all the clarification would be from oracle. Because you feel me, from the last message, we was all like, we're gonna incorporate both mindsets, the left and the right. So we gonna do just that. We are going to do just that. Where are all these cards at? Okay, this is one set of cards. Yep, that's the one I want. Her. All right, y'all. All right. Oh, I apologize. I apologize. Whew. Jeez. In my head, it's just, that Miley Cyrus song when she was like, it hit me like a wrecking ball. Like that one, it really just hit me like that. And it was just like, well, let me just take a step back. It kind of gave me like chill vibes. I was just about to say, it's a certificate in this card I need to take out. And boom, right in our face. It's actually kind of crazy because I did just shuffle. But yeah, it gave me like cool breaths. When we're like that, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, who me? Yes, sweetheart. Yes, you. You feel me? When we be refining ourselves, refinding, all right, period. I like that one. When we be refining and refining ourselves, that's like fine-tuning. When we fine-tuning, that's really going off of a checklist of where we are. Individualized checklist. That means, you feel me, your checklist is going to be different from everybody else because it's about you. That means it's time to get to know yourself. That means you have really been putting a lot of work in to get to know yourself, or you've started to realize the importance of putting the work in to get to know yourself. And I like that. I really like that because that talks about maturity. For me, that's talked about self-actualization. That's a lot of self-governance. It's like, you know what? I'm taking, what's the thing when you're leading a horse and it's two ropes and you're gathering, you're saying, well, you know what, I'm going to be the leader. I like that facet. It's very mature. Very mature. Well deserved. That's what I'm feeling. Very mature, but it's very well deserved. So whatever this is that comes up for us, just know that we put the hard work in, and it's a well deserved situation. So how can we show our gratefulness for the well deservedness? You'll know when something's right for you because you'll feel it in your head, you'll feel it in your body. All right, what's the weekly message? Hey. Okay, I like this. Four of Spades, it really just talks about building safe foundations. Four of Spades, a whole time talking about a whole lot of things. Okay, the first thing is that I'm gonna tell you is that this is a card of like building. It's not permanent foundations, but it's like something's better than nothing. I'm so sorry. I'm not saying it like that, but something is better than nothing. I'm saying in the sense of like, you've been through so much. We've been through the growth process. We've been through the understandings of what it means to be a little bit more mature now. So from these perspectives, now we're in a building of perspectives. And with the building stages, we understand that there's a lot of trials and error. We understand that there's a whole lot of breaking down to rebuild. Or maybe this is a really good time for us to realize errors. Maybe, self-inflicted and victimization behaviors, but also this is a really good time to just look at the sturdiness of situations. So when it's like this, know that or feel that during this process we are building trust and foundation within ourselves. How can we bring more safety to ourselves currently, more nourishment to ourselves currently in our balances in our life? You feel me? Our schedules. That means scheduling more nourishment within your body. That means, you feel me? Say for instance, you're like, I wanna be more aware of myself. Maybe that looks like every night before you go to bed, writing down, jotting down your jokes. Oh my goodness. Writing down your notes, what you're feeling, all those good things. That's a way to schedule or to check in with yourself slowly but surely, okay? But through these processes, it allows you to grow more deeper awareness of yourself, but over a time frame. It sees the growth that you've endured, you feel me? It shows perseverance, it shows resilience, it shows the facet that you are strong. This is really growing of inner strength. So through these many processes, you're growing your own inner strength within yourselves, within the systems that you are forming, the systems that are important to you, things that are valid to you. What is valid to you? What does that sense come from? How do you determine value within your values? This is learning through experience. So through experience, we learn about ourselves. We learn about our foundations. We learn about our own history. We learn about our own well-being. But we also learn about our own growth. We learn about our own strengths and our own vulnerabilities to be able to know how far we can go, to be able to know what we need to work on. So I like this because it gives us a sense of building safeness. And when we build safeness, we know we have to be mindful of the relationships that we're going and stepping into. Here, I really like it because the spades are pointing up or pointing down, which means, you know, it's all about decision making. It's all about two forces coming together, two opposite forces coming together. But what are you now going to do with these two opposites? You feel me? How are you going to combine them? You feel me? How are you going to judge what is of worth and what is of not worth? And when we're take a step back. When we're thinking about things like that, now this is a good time to check in with our heart space, to check in with our needs, you feel me? To check in with our hardness of our heart, our hardness of our body. How can we bring more softness into ourselves in this very situation this week? But how can we continuously bring the softness to ourselves, security to ourselves, you feel me? Contentment to ourselves. Maybe we've been content in situations, content relationships, content environments, and now during this, I want to say uncomfortableness. It bridges awareness of the needs, of the expressions, and how the expressions change. You feel me? I like this. It talks about the cyclical growths, the cyclical changes. This is all about cyclicalness. Being aware of the cyclicalness and being able to use them to your resources. To use them to your resources. Also a lot of like legislative thinking about laws, like the foundations of systems, of history. That is about to be starting coming up. You feel me? Be mindful of the ways that we are engaging our behaviors, our experience. Don't let our experiences harden us, harden ourselves, harden our body, harden our mind, harden our heart space. Still be open to allowing the growth and seeing the growth and opportunities. Yeah, this is nothing but spades. Like, bro, what? Bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're in it to win this. You feel me? We're good. Front of the deck was 7 of spades. Back of the deck was 8 of spades. Everything's upright. I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this because, you know, through the situation, ego, death, but we're going to say, you know, a redefinition of the ego to bring contemplation of where you are currently. You feel me? This is a whole lot of going through fears, going through vulnerabilities. Whatever dreams you have in this week, whatever dreams you had in July and August, be mindful of them, because you know those experiences kind of shaped our mindsets. We can use them to our benefit. You know, learning through others, learning from systems, learning about, you know, validating our own self, what does validation looks like. I really like this. We need to really see this growth. Our internal growth. We really need to see it. Our own experiences, how they have shaped us. This is really not seeing our own independence, because I guess hesitation within. Because we don't understand. Okay. We have to find an inner desire within ourselves to be able to connect to your inner child. This is drawing. This is listening to music. This is moving your body. Body movement is very needed and necessary. All right, you want it to fall. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it. Yeah, grounded, lost, surrender. Absolutely. Back of the deck is intuition. There it goes right there. Perfect. Grounded says, Sorry, I'm really thinking that there is Earth placements, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Air placements, Aquarius, Libra. Yeah, what are you thinking about Aquarius and Libra? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, in Pisces because it's here surrender. Yep, absolutely. 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 In Scorpio here. Absolutely. Let's get it. Grounder says, many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular. You feel me? Regular folks living with the joy, dignity, and courage. This is the needing for groundedness. What does groundedness say to you? You feel me? How can you ground yourself to be grateful for where you are, to be grateful for what you had, to be grateful of where you are, to be grateful of your experiences that have shaped you, that have shaped your mindset. But this is also being grateful to allowing yourself to be continuously on a path of rebirth. How can you be more grounded in yourself to be able to take in these messages, to be able to have these realizations? And this is a time of checking in with self. This is a really good time of writing your thoughts down, you know, how you're really feeling. Probably in the morning, probably at, right before you go to bed. You just, you know, monitor that. To be able to be aware of our habits and how they've, you know, impacted us. Loss. The next card says, and it's purple. It says, sometimes you learn true offering. Through loss, you make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. Ooh, we were just talking about that ego death. And the ego death is a card that was right on top. So that's something that we weren't being able to see. We wasn't being able to see probably because the clarity hasn't came yet. And I don't think the clarity won't come until, you know, probably Saturday to... Yeah. Yeah, probably Saturday to like the 23rd of September. When the clarity comes, let's be mindful of it. You know, how can we use this to our benefit? Like how, when clarity comes, it brings a sharpness, and the sharpness can also pierce us to, you know, be hurt a little bit. But it also allows us to be, you know, open to see situations, the bigger picture, more so. So with loss, you feel me, we are really seeing that there is a plant that looks like there's nothing blooming from that. But we can see that from a different perspective. You know, 7 is that changing of this perspective. From the changing of the perspective, we can see that maybe it's hibernating. Even when trees are in the fall time, they lose their flowers, they lose their petals, they lose their leaves to be able to start a hibernation process for when the spring comes back up to start budding, to start spreading. We know that this is a cyclical process. We know that through loss, you feel me, we are regenerified, that we learn deeper version of ourselves, but also that we can also go back to this memory to know that there's honorance and there's gratitude for whatever is lost. There is honorance and there is gratitude for whatever what is lost. Surrender. Surrender is all about, you know, giving and being understood and being in flow with the situation. Understanding that there is a place and a process of everything, and through taking our step back, through taking our understandings away, taking our emotions away, and to think logical. That there is a situation here that we weren't even being able to see. But through surrender, it says, sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. Feels very burdensome. Feels like things are being taken away from you. That is not fair. But what if those things that are being taken away were just limiting you? And from these taken away, that you realize your inner strength. You realize your more possibilities. You realize the many paths that are in front of you. It says the ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. We are only a speckle, and the only thing that we can control are our emotions, how we react to situations, how we engage in situations, who we engage with, for how long, what we think about, you feel me? Those are the things that we can control, our environments. So how can we have more control over these things? To take a step back to realize that some situations have to happen for the best of us, because it allows us to grow our intuition. It means it allows us to grow our connection to our higher source. The honking goes on. But it also allows us to grow our relationship to ourselves, our environments, how we're really feeling, our memories, our hardships, to see the depthness of ourselves, to see the depthness of situations, to see that there is more than what we're really open up to, or that we're really seeing. So intuition says each person's road to the inner Lord, the inner creator, the inner divine is extraordinary and very personal. How liberating it is to listen inside and to sense moment to moment what's needed. To sense moment to moment what's needed. All right, I'm just want to see what's on the front. Yeah, period. I love it. We have to be open to the expansiveness. I love it. So our heart chakra is being open. Our earth star chakra. So maybe we need to really connect more to the earth. That's putting our hands down to the ground. That's massaging the earth. That's listening to the earth. It's probably like planting. So maybe we want to get into the art of planting. Maybe giving earth offerings. Maybe, yeah. Okay, thank you. This is also our third eye. And our throat. I say third eye and throat because third eye is the ability to see, and throat is the ability to communicate that. So through being able to communicate, our needs, our expressions, we're able to really see things for really what it is. So they're very needed to being able to connect to one another. And I see the sacral chakra and the root chakra. I see those, our heart, our ground. So this is just like, reconnecting our body to the earth. How can that be more in flow? And that's really paying attention to the moon. Moon cycles are very important to us. Moon cycles are very important to us. Pay attention to our moods every 4 weeks. Yep, every 4 weeks. Then pay attention to our moods every 8 weeks. So every 4 weeks will be, from now to the next full moon. But every 8 weeks will probably be like now to the next new moon, full moon, So it's being mindful of our behavior patterns over the months and how they change and what changes between the 7th week and the 8th week. How does our behaviors change around then? And when we're being able to monitor our behaviors, our emotions, it's being able to regulate our body, being able to regulate our mind, being able to be masters of ourselves. So through this, we learn expansiveness, we learn mastery, we learn self-governance. You all have this, and I am so very proud of you all, right? All right, have a good week.